What's going on, you little rascals? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about the Bitcoin bull today. It's the second day of August, and here we are at 1.157 cents with roughly 10 and a half hours left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. First and foremost, let's just marvel at a couple of things, I suppose, maybe a few things, right? For one, marvel at this tremendous chart that's seen such tremendous growth in such a short amount of time. Of course, here we are seeing a little bit of a dump, and what a tremendous dump to marvel at as well. The third thing to marvel at would be the tremendous opportunity that has presented itself because of this dump, and that opportunity, I think, is made a little bit more clear whenever you look at it with this point of support here, where we found support basically right at our very first kind of drop after our initial surge here, right? Support in this area, resistance here, right around 00823, right in that range, which also coincidentally, if I'm not mistaken, is the area where the top 100 averaged out of TBB, right? Let's see. At least in the early days. Posted so much stuff yesterday. I got to sift through it. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Yeah. Top 100 holders average exit right here. It's interesting that that's the level that is being protected right now. You got to think of it from a psychological standpoint, okay? There were a lot of people that sold here, that got in early, but they sold here, right? Because if they sold here, where do they get in? They got in down here at 306. This is 2085. They made over a 10x on average and got out. And this is from Jason Williams. He did the on-chain data here. And looking at this, man, looking at this, finding support here, it's no mistake, because there's people who made the mistake back here who have been given a second chance, and they are seizing that opportunity. Again, there's the marvelous pump, there's the marvelous dump, and then there's the marvelous opportunity. And it's not something that is going to fix itself in 4 days. I don't think. I personally don't think, right? We had this initial surge, and there will be days, man, where we're moving like this. There will be days where we're moving like this again. It's going to happen again. But I don't think that from here in 5 days we're going to be at new all-time highs. If we see that, there will probably be a lot of FOMO. There probably will be, but then we're probably going to see a lot of volatility to the downside again. It's going to be shaky. If it's this volatile up, it's going to be pretty volatile down. We'll see another move similar to this, if not at least something close to this, if we were to just move up from here. I'm assuming that this is going to take time, because a bunch of people, I think, right now are experiencing fear, or at least over the past 48 hours have experienced fear. But what's going on here is people are starting to see the opportunity for what it is. Whenever you go down, and then you come up, and then you go down, and then you come up, and then you go down, and then you come up, and then you go down, and then you come up, and down and up and down, it's frustrating, sure. Going lower builds fear, sure. But all these pumps in between also make people realize at the top that they missed an opportunity, that they could have bought in at a lower price but didn't seize that opportunity. So the next time it goes down there, what happens? Well, the people that had the initial fear, the most fear, who wanted to panic sell, lots of volume there, they already got out, so they're not going to be selling. Here, there's a lot of volume, but half that candle, over half that candle's a wick. So there's probably more buying than there was selling going on at this low candle here, right? And the reason why is because all the initial fear got out already. This was the secondary fear. The people that told themselves, okay, we got lucky. If it goes below, then I'm going to sell. And they sold, panic sold. But then the people over here who didn't buy the low and they wish that they did, they didn't buy the low and they wish that they did, they said, okay, if it goes lower, I'm going to buy. And then they bought there. So fear's being met with opportunity taking. And I think we're seeing that now. I'm assuming there's a good bit of you watching this now. Again, the people who have fear, they've probably already left. They've probably already sold. They're not watching this video. Maybe they are. But most of the people who have fear, I think they've sold and they've gotten out. They've tapped out. But there's a lot of people who are left who are opportunity seekers, opportunity takers. And I'm going to guess right now, I'm going to read your minds, all of you, because we're all very similar. I'm going to guess a lot of you are thinking, once it goes below 1 cent, I'm going to buy. Just the next time it goes below 1 cent, I'm going to full clip this $1,000 into it, this $10,000 into it, this $100, whatever it is that you got, $10. I'm going to DCA $10 a day every time it goes below 1 cent, whatever the case may be. I believe a lot of you are thinking that way, because that's what I'm thinking. You know, I've got some cash on the side that I want to put into this thing, and I'm thinking, well, first off, I won't be able to put it. I probably won't be able to get it in here because it won't clear for another 5 days, which is so dumb. I don't know what is going on, man. I used to be able to put my money on the exchange and get it off in the same day, and now it's locking it up for 5 business days. I don't get it. Maybe it's because it's a larger amount. I wanted to put a semi-large amount of money into this down here, and I just didn't. I didn't pull the trigger because, again, it's going to be locked up for 5 days, and I'd rather not have that happen. So, and I'm not going to pull from other investments, you know, but still, because again, I'm in the top 20 wallets. I don't need to. Congratulations on breaking 4,000 holders, by the way. That's awesome. More holders coming in as we're coming here. Again, there's opportunity seekers, but I really do wish that I had some capital on the side. The capital that I have on the side in cash right now, I wish that it was in digital cash, because I would seize this opportunity right now. I was telling myself this last night. I was like, man, if it goes below 1 cent, I'm going to buy again. But I don't think it's going to get below 1 cent. And maybe it does. If it does, whatever. Again, we're defending this 0.085 level, I think, because of the opportunity missed and opportunity being sought after now. We could go lower. You never know. Let's actually look. Let's see here on the 4-hour time frame if we can decipher a good fib level. We'll look at the log and the linear scale. I'll take this low to that high. Yeah, we're right around the 236. This is pretty sloppy. We've got a low market cap coin. Again, a lot of this selling was generated by fear. I don't know if the regular rules would apply, but if they do apply, the idea then would be that we go to the 382, find support there. There seems to be a good shelf to find support there. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not personally thinking that we go that low, but maybe we do. Maybe we do. It's completely possible that happens. Again, I think a lot of the initial selling has already taken place. A lot of the fear selling is taking place. Now there's opportunity seeking stepping in. So again, I think this is one of those weird times, and it's a low market cap, low liquidity coin where, yeah, we disrespected the 236, but we're kind of showing respect. I think it'll find support here. We're at this conjunction of prior support, prior resistance, prior support, all in this area here. Same fib, but now in linear scale. We bounced off the golden ratio. We held that. Now we're at the 786. And the 786 is a pretty solid level to depend on in the Fibonacci retracement area. So, and again, if you're wondering why is it a different fib level, it's because log is different than linear. That's all. It's different, right? If I put this in log here, and then we were to take this out of log, you know, you're at the 786 even on the log scale. But you see how much higher the 886 is from here, from this low, because we're in log. So anyways, yeah. Whenever you log it, it's basically the difference there, to put it in layman's terms, linear is all about the price. So a 1 cent move on here from this price to that price will always be that big. But on a log scale, moving from 0.0017 to 1 cent, that's a big move percentage wise. You know, if you move that same amount from 1 cent up, now it's a lot less of a move, right? That'd be like over a 10x from here. But now that you're at 1 cent, if you move up to 2 cents, that's only a 2x. So it proportions it out in percentage form, essentially. Logarithmicizes it. Anyways, looking at the TA, enough talk. Getting back to the TA, I should say. 1 hour time frame here, a lot of volume came in at these lows. A lot of volume came in at these lows here. Again, not a lot of volume at the highs, a lot of volume at these lows, at these low wicking points. There's a lot of volume there, right? I think that there's a lot of buying going on. More wallets are coming online, 4,100 wallets right now. We've gained, at that rate, like 10% wallets in the last 48 hours. 10% more holders, right? And I did notice, I meant to say this last time, but I didn't say this last time. I did notice that one of the top 10 wallet holders is not in the top 10 anymore. I actually jumped up a spot in the top 10 wallets, or the top 20 wallets, but somebody from the top 10 stepped out. And then I also noticed that in the top 10, I've actually been taking screenshots and following up with all these wallets here from the top 10 to the top 30. There's a couple of these wallets in the top 10 that have actually started adding to their positions, and they're not distributing. So you've got Jason with 67.8%, and then the distributor wallet, the 0.9%. So let's just say it's 68 point whatever. We'll just call it 68.8%. 68.8% of the supply. And then you've got between the remaining like top 10 wallets, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably like 7.5%. So you've got over 75% of the supply locked up in the top 10. You've got over 80% of the supply locked up in the top 30. And these guys are adding more, right? And I would add more. I literally would have bought more yesterday if it wasn't for this whole fiasco with the exchanges locking up my money. But that's okay. Whatever. If it's still here in 5 days, cool. I will seize the opportunity. But if not, then I guess I don't know. I'll have to expedite it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to upload. Isn't there a way on some of these dexes you can just use your debit card? You don't need to go through an exchange. Might just do that. Pay the fee for that, whatever it is. Anyways, enough talk. Let's get back to the TA. I know it's super scary. It's so scary, but it's the scary times that put hair on your peaches. And it's the people with hairy peaches that get the apples. Okay, I don't make the rules. But looking at the RSI here, we are seeing for the very first time in TBB's existence bearish conditions. We are. There's a light at the end of this tunnel. We'll go over that. Don't worry. Never before have we been in the oversold zone. Never before have we been in the oversold zone. But we're in it now, and we're in it consistently. Remember, when you get into the overbought zone consistently, you're doing this stuff. Whenever you're getting into it consistently like that, multiple iterations, that's bullish stuff, man. Opposite here, it's very bearish whenever you're doing this. You're finding resistance at the 50. But again, I said there's a light at the end of this tunnel, and there is. And I think we're seeing it happen now. Oftentimes, what you'll see is an uptrend kind of go sideways, and then it turns into a downtrend. Okay? Sometimes you'll go uptrend and then immediately into a downtrend. Sometimes it's downtrend and then immediately into an uptrend. But oftentimes there's this little in-between phase. Okay? You'll see that happen. Sometimes there isn't that, but oftentimes enough there is. We've got this downtrend that I would say has been lasting now for quite a while. Okay, we broke out of it here for a little bit, got excited, but to no avail. And then we actually saw some bearish behavior. Now, I think what we're seeing is a little bit of that sideways action. And what I'm getting at here is that this downtrend, it can only go down so far. Yes, we're seeing some bearish iterations here, but I really do believe that we're at the end of this downtrend in the 1 hour RSI, which has been a very massive trend in itself. I mean, look at these uptrends. This was a trend here to the upside. This was a trend to the upside here. Right, little downside trend there. Upside trend here, upside trend there. Same thing right here, upside. All these little trends. This was massive, man. This was massive. Those kind of massive trends, as you get lower into that oversold zone, it gets much, much stronger. Much, much, much stronger. So that's what we saw, right? It started from back here at this consolidation phase. You're moving down in the RSI all this time, and now we're down here in the price. I have a feeling that this is coming to an end. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, again, going back to the beginning of the video, that doesn't mean that from here we're just going to rally to new all-time highs. Wouldn't it be great if we did? We'll see how hard this FOMO hits people. Wouldn't it be great if we did? But I'm thinking from here, we're at least going to see some type of retracement behavior from this high to this low. The MACD is bearish overall. Yes, we're green right now. That's nice, but you're so far below the zero. We're looking for an opportunity where this comes back up and crosses through the zero. That's what we want to see. So first things first, we don't want to find resistance here at the zero. If we do, it's not a problem necessarily, as long as it's not like a harsh rejection down, right? If it's like you just bounce off of it and then you come back up, okay, that's fine. That happens. And that happens in bullish cases. The most bullish thing would be to just break through it, but It's not always that simple. Breaking through it would definitely be very bullish. Um, we've shown a lot of respect at that level. You know, to the from the upside coming down, finding support, boom, moving up, finding support in this area, moving up. And with the zero, it doesn't have to be directly at the zero. You see, you found support below, here, but you're still finding support at it. You found resistance above, but you're still finding resistance at it. So it's kind of like an area rather than a direct line of resistance or support. Whenever I say break through it, you want to break through it. If we see a retracement based off of this from a high to a low, a standard retracement, you know, you might expect the 382, which we've already seen in all fairness. You might expect the golden ratio, which takes us all the way up to about 2.5 to 2.8 cents, somewhere up here. We found resistance up here, some turbulence and support for a time, a little bit of turbulence back here. Makes sense. Might move up, could move down from there. And again, in this moving down, you find a higher low, and maybe that's also where we reject the zero area slightly, and then we come down, and then we start to break out later. It's very normal to find resistance to the golden ratio on the first attempt, and then find support in this zone, and then move up. And what if we had that? What if we did that? Look at this real quick, actually. Look at this from a low to a high. This is very standard procedure here. If we were to move up to the golden ratio, if we found resistance here, and then we found support down to the 0.5382 area, it kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern, or an inverse head and shoulders pattern, I should say. The volume profile is all wrong, but it still could behave like one. I mean, this is a massive drop overall. We're low market cap, low liquidity, fear sets in, volume might not be the most accurately represented, and this is moving a lot faster than head and shoulders patterns typically do. But if we move up to this golden ratio area, and then we come down and find support here, it really does start to take that shape at least a little bit. And that would be good enough to send us to new all-time highs. That would still be faster than I'm expecting, moving up to all-time highs, and depending on how this all happens, it could happen, you know, by the end of the first week of August, we could be at new all-time highs, depending on how it all happens. But from here, from a high to a low, if we were to see new all-time highs, whenever that is, whether it's the first week of August or the last week of August or somewhere in between or later, the next all-time high area that we're interacting with is somewhere around 7.8 cents to 14.4 cents. And those are acceptable target areas. They're completely acceptable target areas. I'm leaning more toward this 14.4 cent area and that 12 cent area from our original kind of Mac Daddy fib over here, this high to low. Right, our 2618 up here, 12.5 cents there. They can be intermingled, whatever, but this is a significant fib. This is a significant drop, and because it's more relative, it's more relevant, it might have more power as far as guidance goes in the days to come, in the weeks to come. And this might not even be the low. Again, we could go lower, and if that's the case, that actually, I mean, you look at this price, the extensions up here go from 7.8 cents, we go lower, it only builds as we go lower. This is assuming recovery. This is assuming we see new all-time highs, which I am assuming both of those things in time will happen. How much time? I don't know. It could be a day. It could be a month. I don't know. But we're working on that now. I think we're working on that now. And again, starting with what I was saying in the beginning of the video, the psychology of the matter, you go from the initial fear and then the more fear, right? The second wave of fear. You go from that fear to missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. There are people who aren't fearful, or maybe they are fearful, but they're steadfast in their bags and they're looking for opportunity. There's people who were thinking about buying here but didn't buy here, and they're like, glad I didn't buy that. Then it pumps like, damn it, maybe I should have bought some. What am I thinking? This is a great time to buy. Who are buying and DCAing at these lower levels. There are opportunity takers, seekers happening here. And again, I think this wicked volatility here, that massive wick, I think that's a testament to that in itself. And we're seeing selling still. There's still some selling pressure coming in. Absolutely there is. But again, I think it's just that fear. As you look at this volume, it really is tapering off. And sure, you're selling off, but there's less and less volume coming in. So I think all in all, within this range, the people who've wanted to sell, they've sold already. Now, there's probably more people who want to buy than there are people who want to sell. What happens whenever the buyers outweigh the sellers? Well, and on top of that, you add in a very fixed supply of eligible apples that are out there in the orchard. Well, we see an apple run. We'll see. A little bit of a retracement there. That retracement, again, The first area that I would anticipate that we're looking at from a high to a low would be the golden ratio, which is at about 2.5 to 2.8 cents. Do we have to stop there? No, we can stop below. Maybe we stop below and we work our way up there slowly, and then we're there and we break through it. We don't even stop there. Maybe we just rip right through it on the first attempt and we find support there. I don't know. Maybe it's exactly how I'm painting it out to be. It'll do exactly as you typically see in the fibs, which is you go to the golden ratio, then you find support in this area, the 0.5382, then you move up to the 786 area, then you move down to the golden ratio, and then we're off to our extensions. If we see this kind of structure building, we're getting higher lows, higher highs, we're looking good, right? We're probably going to be aiming for new all-time highs, depending on how this reacts off this bounce from the golden ratio. And that's assuming, right? That's a far ways away from now. It could happen this fast, and if it does, that's the 4th of August. That's a couple days from now. It could take longer. It could happen faster. There's, we don't know what we're dealing with here. With such dramatic selling, with so much emotion, just as much irrational selling as there can be irrational buying. We can see a lot of volatility to the upside. It's not that we can't see a crazy move up. We absolutely can. I'm just not forecasting that because I'd rather be surprised by something like that than expect it. You know what I mean? All I can say, though, is I do think that we're in a really opportunistic moment for any potential TBB buyers. And if you are one of those people who's thinking, I'll just wait until it's below 1 cent, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, do whatever you want to do, but we're all human beings. I'm bringing this up for a reason because I think just like the rest of you, it's next time it goes below 1 cent, I'm going to buy. You're probably not the only person out there. There's at least another person who thinks like that. And there's people who, whenever it pumps, they might just start buying in then. And then what happens? Then we're double the price from here. And then you're forced to wait for another dump opportunity, and you're going to be buying at a higher price anyways. Or maybe you won't, and then it'll go higher without you. This is a really good opportunity to get in right now, guys, on TBB. Jason Williams, guys. This is his coin. This is his legacy coin, right? And maybe it is, maybe it isn't as far as his legacy goes. Maybe we'll remember Jason Williams for this coin as far as like his legacy. Maybe it's just a part of it. There's definitely greater things that he's done in his list of accomplishments in his life, right? But this is, for all intents and purposes, as far as meme coins go, this is like his legacy meme coin. And I think eventually he wants it to be where it's not like his face is associated with this. It's just a meme because, and the logic behind that is that a meme being fixed to a person, it can only really be as big as that person, where if it grows past that person, it can be bigger than that person, right? Like Dogecoin. At first, the person that everybody knew Dogecoin as the joke coin that was made in honor of the creator of the token's dog, his Shiba Inu, who died. So he made it. They made it in honor of that. I say they because I think there was two, but maybe it was just one guy. I know it was a guy. Then what happened? Then the people who created, I think it was two people, but maybe it was just one. Whatever, the guy or the multiple people that created the coin, they sold all their bags. They detached themselves from the project. I'm not saying Jason's going to sell all his bags, but just that is what happened in Dogecoin. They detached themselves from the project. Now, whenever you talk about Dogecoin, nobody talks about the dog that died, these people's dog who nobody even knows the name of. Some people probably do. I actually should know the name. That's probably good OG trivia, but I don't know the name. It grew bigger. It grew bigger than this, as everybody used to say it back before 2017, this joke coin that was made in honor of somebody's dead Shiba Inu. Now people don't even know that. There's probably a lot of you who are new to crypto who didn't even know that, right? You didn't even know the story of Doge. And it grew bigger than that, right? A lot of people associate Dogecoin with Elon. And Elon also stepped away from Doge a little bit. But again, Elon's a big character in the space, but it's probably good that he stepped away because a meme can grow bigger than the person. But if the person is firmly fixed to that meme, the meme only has so much. Anyways, I'm getting all philosophical here. All I'm trying to say is Jason Williams, in these early incubative stages where we're here at 11 million, where we're here at 100 million, where it's just the early days, he's holding the flag and he's doing his part, and he's a very smart individual. He is. He absolutely is. He's funny. He's weird. But I think he's the good kind of weird. And he seems like a really good guy. I mean, I don't know him personally. I don't. We've had a little back and forth, and I listen to him on his spaces. I think he's a human being, just like all of us. But But whenever whenever somebody, in my opinion, seems to do him wrong or has issues with him, and there's a little headbutting there, he takes it in a way that is all in good fun. Like, it's not personal. It doesn't ever feel personal with him, and that that's rare. That's definitely rare. Whenever you have somebody who's coming at you aggressive, accusing you of things, and you're still wishing them well, and it's not like, yeah, I wish you well, go F yourself. Yeah, here's your free tokens, go F yourself. Happy birthday, go F yourself. It's not that hidden FU energy in there. It's just whatever, man. We can be friends still. We don't have to be, but I wish you well. Like, that's unique. That's rare. We've got a very, I think, funny, smart, level-headed, good guy in charge of this project, and that's attractive. It's very attractive. You know what else is attractive? The price going up. So whenever the price starts going up, and we've got this figurehead in charge, the flag holder, as he likes to call himself, for right now, leading the way, people rallying behind this guy and this meme, and then the community just coming together and growing stronger. Again, that's the perfect recipe for an attractive environment. It really is. It's all a popularity contest, man. Crypto, moving up, moving down, it's all a popularity contest. I'll prove it to you right now, right? Bitcoin is the most popular coin. It is. It's the most popular coin. Dogecoin is the most popular meme. There is no coin that is ahead of Bitcoin because it's the most popular coin. Dogecoin is the most popular meme. It is the top dog, no pun intended, on meme coins. It's all a popularity contest. And I think we've got the right equipment to gain popularity. That's all I'm trying to say there. Jason owns 70% of the supply. Wow, guys, we just gained another 100 wallets in this time. What's going on? I don't know if I trust X Screener, man. I don't know. Let's look at SoulScan real quick. This is jumping around. We might have already been, maybe we were at 4,200, but so we've gained more than 10% over the last couple of days. SoulScan. 13-year-olds have problems at work too. Well, yeah. People don't take 13-year-olds seriously. And should they? I don't know. Respect them if they're working. Just because they're kids doesn't mean that you should be a mean person to them. 3,800 holders. So yeah, I don't know. And this is from GN. Let's do Axiom. I trust Axiom more. I have to log in. No, I'd rather not. It's normally, I don't know if I trust GN. I would trust more Axiom. Or maybe is that not what this is coming from? I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Whether it's this, whether it's that, whatever the case may be, man. And look, now we're down 100. See, now we're down 100 holders. We were just up 100 holders from there. I don't know how it all works. Anyways, he owns most of the supply. He's airdropping tokens as we break through major milestones. He's airdropping tokens to people during this dropping time. I don't know. I haven't received any airdrops since, I think, the 7th. I don't know when the last time I received an airdrop was, but I think he did like a random airdrop giveaway during one of his live his spaces yesterday. I'm not sure how he does it. I know that there's times where it is kind of just random, but a lot of it's for whoever's bag working, whoever's making bullish posts, talking about TBB, onboarding people, stuff like that. They're getting airdropped, and then also people who hold and who are buying, and then anytime we get to new significant milestones in the market cap, we also see airdrops. So I know that that's how it works more or less. And I think he said that there was going to be a million tokens that he's unlocking for airdrops right now at these low levels. I'm not 100% sure how that's all going to work out. But anyways, he owns most of the supply. He's airdropping tokens to the community. He's a trustworthy figure. He has his own money. He's got hundreds of millions, if not, I think, over $1 billion. I don't know how much money he's got, but he's got his own money. He invested in crypto early. He's had his own companies and he's got his own business endeavors outside of this. He's wrote a book called Bitcoin: Hard Money You Don't F With. It's actually don't F, the actual word, the word that I'm not going to say in case there's kids watching, but hard money you don't F with. He's a very successful guy, a very, very trustworthy figure. He's not just some pleb who came out of nowhere, who's never seen $11 million, or actually in this case it would be $7.6 million, and is going to rug on the community. This is a token built on trust, built on the idea that this guy holding the majority of the coins is actually good for the project, locking the supply, fixing the supply in diamond hands, not just between Jason, but between all of these top 30 wallets. There's a lot of diamond hand holders, and even the wallets below who have lesser percentage holdings, there's still a lot of diamond hand holders. With all of that, guys, we have a very fixed supply that is just locked away. There's only a very small amount that's available to trade. Low liquidity, low market cap, it makes it easy to push the price around, but that works to the upside as well, not just the downside. So anyways, I'm going to get away from the sales pitch. I'm running out of steam, so let's talk about the TA. 4-hour time frame, looking at this here, we definitely have some bullish things going on, you guys. You look at the 4-hour time frame, there is bullish divergence without a doubt on the MACD. You've actually got double bullish divergence on the MACD. Low here, higher low there, slightly higher low, and then a higher low there. Bullish divergence on the MACD. You've been red for a while. It's time to flip green. Soon enough you will. And I'm assuming when we flip green, we're going to get our freak on with this retracement of this high to low. Now, if it's super freaky, great. That's awesome. But let's keep our heads screwed on tight to our bodies. The idea here, at least in my opinion, would be that we go, for any potential traders out there, if you want to trade this thing, 2.5 to 2.8 cents. That's my thoughts. I think that's where we go. We'll see how we do with that. Do we test higher? Do we find resistance here and come back down? Maybe a little bit of both. Just as there are opportunity takers here to the downside who are looking to buy, there will be opportunity takers here to the upside who are looking to sell, who wish that they sold up here, who they've been in this game before, they know that things are volatile, and instead of selling at the low points, they're just going to get out up here. They're looking back and they're like, man, this was enough money. I'm just going to wait till we get back up here and sell. As we move up, I'm not expecting that we move up just in a straight line for multiple reasons, but the primary reason is that fear. I think that there will be people who, given a second chance to sell up here, they will take that second chance. I'm not going to. I'm not going to at all. I haven't sold a drop of TBB. Again, the only TBB that I've sold was an initial test amount on the 30th day of June, which is the first day of this existence. I sold $1 worth to see if I could sell it, to make sure it wasn't a scam, to make sure I was holding the right one, and then like that it wasn't a honeypot or anything like that. And then I sold about $900 worth to buy the 100x boost on TBB. Yeah. Other than that, I haven't sold anything. I haven't sold anything at all. And the amount that I have now is actually more than I had on my initial purchase, because I've been airdrop tokens and I haven't sold. I've sold like half of those airdrops, and again, that was just to afford that 100x boost on Dex Screener for a little time there. Anyways, I'm expecting we see that volatility. 4-hour MACD, bullish divergence. 4-hour RSI, bullish divergence, right? You've actually got double bullish divergence on both. It's double because there's a low here, a higher low, and a higher low. So that's double, right? Double higher lows. You've got low here, single lower low, double lower low. So that's double bullish divergence both on the RSI and the MACD. On top of that, you've got a significant price level, psychologically speaking, okay, that is being defended here. This opportunistic area that's being defended, that people are probably taking the opportunity for. And then beyond that, the psychological area of 1 cent, $10 million market cap in itself. Whenever you have a lot of potential buyers who are waiting for an area to buy, but then the price goes the other direction, you get that emotion, you get that FOMO. And I could see this thing ripping pretty hard from here over a 100% move in the short term, which is crazy. You get these 100%, just doesn't seem like much for this coin, does it? But that's kind of crazy, is that it could really move up over 100% from here in a day. It could move up in an hour. It could be up there so quickly. Maybe it takes multiple days. It's later this week or later this month that it takes to get up there. It's whittling its way up very, very slowly, and we're just slowly getting up there. And then we finally find resistance, and it's all this time before we actually get higher. Who knows? It could take more time than that, but I would assume with this double bullish divergence on both of these indicators that have been very helpful so far in this thing's history, and we're at the 786 retracement on the linear scale, I'm assuming that we'll move up here. Yeah. Yep. 12-hour time frame. Massive wick. Absolutely massive wick all the way up here. We did close this candle down, but if you notice, a lot of volume here on this candle with a big wick. Not a whole lot of volume in comparison on this candle here, this solid body down. As we're moving down, we're getting less and less volume. I think the initial fear has left the building. We'll see. Moving lower generates more fear, but I'm not selling. I'm holding, man. I'm ride or die with this thing, and I really do believe that we're going to see some phenomenal growth. But we're going through the crucible right now. We're being tested in fire, as Ron.eth would say. What is that Chinese saying that he had? It was like gold, pure gold or solid gold is tested in fire. I don't know. Gold, maybe it's that gold is made stronger with fire. I don't even know. See, I'm saying it wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say if you've been following any of the spaces. Anyways, guys, here we are. Here we will be in time. Buy the dip while you can. How many candles do we have to the downside? I'm kind of curious here on the 12-hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was on the 5th one, though, that we found the low. Interesting. What about the 4-hour? No, it's a little bit more volatile than that. Can we do Fibonacci on here? Yeah. Cool. Pretty red. We're pretty red. 4-hour, it's not as reliable. The 4-hour just changes so much. 12-hour might be more reliable. Yeah, that looks a little bit more consistent. We want to flip that green, too. That'd be nice to flip it green. Anywho, I got nothing else, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves, seize the opportunity while it lasts. Again, we're at a level of psychological significance for several different reasons. Opportunity takers are seeking opportunity here. Seize the carp, man. Carpe diem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.